We're now going to talk about opposition reflex. So in this style of horsemanship, what we like to do is to set up opportunities for our horses to learn. So rather than just reacting to what's going on in front of us, what we want to be able to do is adjust and maybe set up some things when we get a chance. So a real basic one that we can talk about that's pretty simple and easy for you guys to get done is a lot of times people will talk about headsets. And if you're in horses, you know that headsets and neck sets and face positions, it's the talk of the town all the time. Every discipline, every type of horse, they all want their head a little different. Higher, lower, more tucked, less tucked, straight out, straight in, all these things, right? So headset's always going to be a thing. But I think we can agree we don't want our horses' heads way up here, and we probably don't want them way down there. But in general, it's mostly they don't want them super high, and then there's a degree here where people start to get a little panicky if they're a little too low for some reason. So what I've noticed, though, is a lot of times people struggle with getting the heads down. And what they do is they work on it, they work on it, they work on it, they work on it, and the horses don't want to lower their heads sometimes. So what I'd like to do is just offer that horse to put his head down, but sometimes they're just not interested. So what we could do if we were to use opposition reflex in this scenario is instead of always trying to get him to put his head down, so I might come here and encourage him to put his head up. Now, when I do this, I'm going to hold this up here for a little bit. I've never actually done this with this horse, so this might take just a sec. I'm going to hold him here. Notice as he was up there, he's trying to look for a way out. He's like, I don't really like that up there. So an opposition reflex is actually typically trying to get the horse to do something that maybe is a little bit uncomfortable rather than always trying to get him to do the right thing. Now I've held him here for a little bit, so he's kind of like, well, what are we going to do from here? So now I'm going to offer him another place to go. So now I'm going to offer on this rope, and then I'm going to let him go. Now notice how he just followed my hand down real easy. Now I might try that again. I'll offer. He's ready to go. Now let's just say that's as far as he wanted to go. He wouldn't go any farther. We could go back to the opposition reflex. I could hold his head up a little bit longer. Maybe I could just stay up underneath his shoulder, or I could just wait right here and maybe just wait 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or however long you think you can, and just wait on him. And then I'm going to release that and let him be, just like so. And then I could do it again. So again, we don't necessarily want his head up, but I'm going to use that as an opposition reflex to encourage him to want to put his head down. Now this isn't all bad though, because there are times I might want to be able to hold his head up. If you've ever wormed a horse or maybe try to get something in his eyeball or doctor his tooth, or who knows what you have going on. Maybe you're trimming underneath his chin or something, but you need to have some facial access. So he needs to learn things like this. So this isn't a bad thing. This is just something that maybe you only do on occasion. And then I'm going to offer here. I want to see if he wants to put his head down. Now as I pull more and pull more, see he's ready to go. And then depending on how far you want him to go down is how far you can ask him. Then you're just going to let that be. Now you can do the same thing under saddle. You can do that with your reins, with the bridle in, with a snaffle bit, or whatever you have. You can do this with a halter. It's kind of up to you. But essentially, we're just using opposition reflex. So hold them up. It's a little bit difficult. And then I'm going to offer here to let them down. Now, in my programs, I'm going to show you how to set things up like that in a lot of different things in order to help teach your horses to do lead changes, and how to load in trailers, and how to get them over creeks, and how to get them on the bridges, and how to teach them to stop better, how to teach them to lope better. There's lots of ways that you can help set up things for your horse so that they can be successful. So if for no other reason, you might do something like this with your horse just to let him know that, hey, I'm going to set something up. You need to find the answer. This is the right answer. This is the wrong answer. And what that does is it starts to engage the horse's mind, which is the most important piece in all of these things.